have come all the way from Mexico to see you, man. This is my dream.
When the Steelers drafted Jack Lambert out of Kent State, he carried barely 200 pounds on his 6'4" frame. The fledgling linebacker might not have made it in Pittsburgh's nest, but for the unlikely inspiration of Oakland's Mad Stork.
Everybody said, oh, Jack, you know, you're a good football player, but you don't weigh enough. You've got to be at least 235, 240 to play. Well, I just couldn't put the weight on. He was a great hope for me because when I saw him go into the pros, he was tall and skinny like I was.
Over time now, there's kind of become this understanding that small running backs have an advantage because a lot of times linebackers can't see into the backfield. His height at middle linebacker may have been a positive in the reverse. He may have had a better view of what the offense was doing, and that might explain why he seemed always to be one step ahead of things. He just seemed to make every tackle. If the best player in the middle of the field is making all the plays on the best team, maybe this is the best defender in the league. On a team of the decade, I don't know even who's number 2 for the idea of being the middle linebacker on that roster.
I came out, and the tackle came on me right now, and I stuffed him.
You had him stuffed like this.
I stuffed him, but he dipped in, went back outside, and was around the corner before I even got off the block.
He was an extremely intellectual linebacker, which I don't think was the association with him at the time, probably because he was toothless, and probably because he looked kind of like a madman. His greatest strength was his mind, so he's like John Rambo, I guess. He was certainly the most intimidating player on a pretty intimidating team.
Jarrella just missed his second field goal. Now Lambert's walking by. Here's Harris telling him something and grabs the kicker. And Lambert at 6'5" works him over.
During his 11-year career, Lambert won Defensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive MVP awards. He made 9 straight Pro Bowls and was the man in the middle of the steel curtain for 4 Super Bowl wins.
That'll cool your ass off.
It's possible that Jack Ham was a greater outside linebacker than Lambert was as a middle linebacker. But I don't imagine opponents fearing Jack Ham the way they would fear Lambert. Pretty much every play, the quarterback was staring directly at Lambert, who had not only this very scary appearance, but this incredibly active appearance.
I made the comment earlier that we should put dresses on quarterbacks. Got a lot of play out of that one, you know, but I meant it.
Quarterbacks couldn't skirt past Lambert, who became a frequent visitor to opposing backfields and a permanent fixture in Steelers lore.
Pittsburgh likes to sort of perceive itself as having a certain kind of toughness, having a certain kind of team. Lambert really represents that, and there's never going to be a guy who replaces that in Pittsburgh. He will always be perceived as the greatest personification of what Steeler football is supposed to be like. That's what Lambert represents. The Steelers at their highest point.